Happy Sunday, everyone. Let's get it started. It's almost Monday. Equally.
I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side. I'm done, I'm gone. Don't run from the truth. You're lost. Now I know you play me just like I do. I still can't believe you had me on a leash, cutting all my teeth with all the lies you bring. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. You ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow.
Who's ready to ride?
Come along with me. Together with the truth you'll see. Gotta you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the light. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
The pearls were bound together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go. Justin's here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family, we hold strong, together we can right the wrong. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars, searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea, we are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars, searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea, we are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars, searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea, we are one in this community. In the night or in the day, girls will light and lead the way. Justin's heart and your support, together we will hold the fort. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
That's one.
Click play and come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real.
Much fun, honey.
Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way.
Well, hello, everyone. Good to see you all, my beautiful pearls. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube, a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is March 23rd, 2025. It is currently 8:45 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Hello. Thank you guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much, Ginger. Really do appreciate that gifting. 5 pearl necklaces. Thank you so much, love. And thank you, Lisa B. Always Change. Back from You Can't See Me joke became stale. Gotcha. Thank you, Lisa. Really do appreciate you. All right, guys. Here I am again. Thank you so much, Hey Jude. Really do appreciate you. I would rather be ran over by a truck probably than talk about this again and to talk about anything related to any type of BS because I don't focus on that stuff. Never did. Done this for 3 years. Don't. But here we are again. We're going to have a guest on later, so stay tuned for that. But we're going what I'm doing right now is, as you guys know, the other day I went live and spoke about Miss Julie. If Julie is watching, she's welcome to join us. Nobody say anything disrespectful to her if she is in the chat, please. You can have your opinions, but don't just attack her. Anyway, she has recently been doing a tour de Julie, if you will, and going to other people's panels and chats and all of that. And my phone was blowing up today. And there's a few things that I want to address, and I'm going to cover that. I, honest to God, with every fiber of my being, don't really watch a lot of people. But today I did. Well, I skimmed through it a little bit. And I just want to go back. And we're going to talk about some things that kind of went on, or today was said, I guess you could say. But first, what I want to do,
most likely people involved.
what I'm going to do, and I'm going to say this now. I'm saying this, what I'm saying today, and then done. Like, really done. Over speaking on any of this nonsense, foolishness. Thank you so much, Hey Jude. Really do appreciate you. I want to go over some things that was said the things that I said in chat the other day, and then we're going to go over more things, and then we're going to have the guest show up. So, without further ado, this is the chat from the other day of every single thing that I said. Me being just the absolute horrible person that I am. This was all of my disrespect toward Miss Julie.
the people who lived in their house with Sebastian, who hated him, treated him like crap,
Hold on. Let me how do I slow this? Wait,
abused him.
how do I slow this down? Because I've got it on 2 times. Can I play back? Maybe I need to do it like this. Okay.
Outside the properties of the most likely people involved, the people who lived in their house with Sebastian, families,
Let
and
me
own a
get
number
to
of
where.
properties.
Okay.
I'd be banging a drum outside of their properties.
Okay. First of all, the entire reason, the absolute entire reason that this is Julie's chat from day before yesterday. Me too, Ashley. Me too. And I'm done after this. I'm just done. For sure. So this is the chat from the other day. And the reason that I came in was because I was listening in my earphones and all that, and I noticed that she was calling out, one of our mods, which, Bliss, which she's an incredible person. Anyone who knows Bliss in here knows, like, she doesn't bother anyone. And she kept, kind of calling her out. And, I didn't understand. And Bliss just said something that, she's not getting, she's doesn't want to talk about, she doesn't want to do this, what Julie, the back and forth. And she said, she's respectfully leaving. And she just blocked her like that, blocked your mod like that. And I thought, wow, okay.
Which is not an infinite number of properties.
And, the a day or so before, it's just been this list, and I stand corrected. So on one thing, listen, if I find out something, I'll fix it. I have no problem with that. So there is someone did put a list out, if you will. It's not like, anything. It was just more of a list regarding, who, where, kind of, I guess, we all go. You know what I mean? Like, regarding uh me, Mr. and Mrs. E, I believe it is, bed, just like that. And but that was someone, I think it was someone who put that on Twitter or something like that. I don't know. But I guess that is what they are, I guess, what Julie was speaking about. I had no idea about some person. I think it was Michelle, perhaps. Was it Michelle? If someone knows in here, please let me know. I don't get on Twitter X or anything like that. I don't know, Mr. and Mrs. E. I really don't know. It was just something that someone put on a list that I have no idea.
Properties. You're talking 10 to 15 properties and say, let me in. You need to search right here. Bring an excavator, bring in cadaver dogs, bring in search dogs. Don't drag my ass up to Pennsylvania when I got a kid missing in Tennessee.
Here we go. All right.
Wasting time.
So the first thing I said, Julie, there is no list. And she, whether she says it or not, in my opinion, it clearly bothers her that she is not, she felt a little left out, in my opinion. Facebook group list, Justin. What is that? I mean, okay. Oh, crap. I just exited out. 1 second. Sorry, I was trying to pull that up. 2 seconds, guys. Whew. Okay. Here we go again. She made it. She made the list, though, evidently. I don't know. Here we go.
Outside the properties of the most likely people involved, the people who lived in their house with Sebastian, who hated him, treated him like crap, abused him, were abusive people themselves, have criminals in their families, and own a number of properties. I'd be banging a drum outside of their properties, which is not an infinite number of properties. You're talking 10 to 15
Neither.
properties, and say, let me in. You need to search right here. Bring an excavator, bring in cadaver dogs, bring in search dogs. Don't drag
There
my
is no
ass up to
list, Julie.
Pennsylvania when I got a kid missing in Tennessee. Wasting time with two creators, hater creators, yes. But so what? Your ego is so fragile, Tony, that you got to sue people, say bad things against you, even if it's
Okay. Again, Tony has nothing to do with that. Whatever is going on there in Pennsylvania, that's unrelated. Absolutely unrelated to Mr. Tony. That's all. So I don't know. Like she's just. It feels. Oh, just let me play this before I. Trying to stay calm.
distracts from the Sebastian Rogers case, finding Sebastian, what we're supposed to be focusing on. There's no leadership. There's no plan. They're not telling us what to do. There is no list, Julie, Justin says. Justin, answer this question for me since you're in my chat. Please, don't go away, Justin. You came in, so please stay and answer these questions.
Okay, so she says this a lot. He constantly, or he was in my chat. I didn't go in his chat. She said, since you're in my chat, please stay. Please stay. Answer these questions. So that's what I was going to do.
How is it that Michelle Lee, who is friends with Tony,
That's
has
right.
the phone number and is talking to a woman named Ragstalk, who was a regular panelist?
This is the thing. You know, this is what really is kind of annoying to me, honestly, is, you know, this is not about Sebastian. And she said she was done with it and she's not going to speak about it anymore. But she's putting all of this attention on herself for literally nothing. And this is not about Sebastian at all. Not about Sebastian. Hold on, my phone. Hold on, 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry, my laptop was about to die. I was wondering why it was acting as silly. Yeah, there's a bunch of panel hopping. This is not about Sebastian. And you're bringing attention to yourself for what? Your feelings?
With Barbecue Lady. Any idea? Justin? Also, Justin, do you think it is a good use of Seth's time and energy to be in Pennsylvania in a RICO case currently involving Granny's Watching and Barbecue Lady when neither of them have Sebastian nor know where he is? Is that a good use of Seth's time? If you were Seth's advisor instead of Tony, would that?
All right. This is my second message right here. Julie, They are in contact with law enforcement daily. We don't know what law enforcement knows. These are my horrible, rude messages. Absolutely horrible. The chat was her chat was agreeing with me. The thing is, and listen, as much as I hate to say it, but I actually agreed with SF earlier. I actually agreed with him because this was the entire reason why I kept saying, Julie, there is no conspiracy. You're sending all of this, in my opinion, just nonsense. Calling the sheriff corrupt, picking, the DA, saying start this, start that. They have enough that they are dealing with, and you are giving them so much BS. That's all anyone was trying to say. She started this petition a while back. Well, she's like, well, Tony says you should take it down and stuff like this. This is the thing. She says that she's she's part of us, right, or whatever. But Seth is constantly, like, well, not constantly, he has obviously reestablished his relationship with law enforcement. He speaks to them daily and all of that, and we're trying not to give them like a bunch of BS. That's all it is. That's all it is. And you're screaming that they're not calling you back and all of that. I actually agree with SF on this situation. And that's exactly what he was saying earlier. I'll play that in a little bit. That's it. But it doesn't sound like anybody else's ego is fragile other than respectfully hers. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. His relationship with law enforcement is the most important thing. Law enforcement, I understand it can be frustrating, but they don't cater to me, her, anyone. They are doing their thing. Let them do it. That's it. Thank you, Janice. Appreciate you. Thank you, Scarlett. Even at regular speed, yeah, she's asking questions that are not yours to answer. That's exactly right. But and listen, I understand Julie's passion, and I respect the passion and stuff. But Justin, I'm sorry for her, but do not engage, please. Listen, there's just a few things that I want to say, and then I'm going to be done with it. For sure. Janice, thank you so much. DC, welcome, Janice. Appreciate you. I think we have someone up here. Can you hear me? Josh? Josh?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. What's up?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Just getting settled here.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me just continue to play this real
What
quick.
you would advise him to do? Spend his time with these two idiots? The other questions I have are, Why would Michelle Lee, who's friends with Tony, try to discourage me from going to the DA with recordings that she posted herself on X, where this woman Ragstop that they know, they gave her phone number, she texted me yesterday.
Oh crap.
Don't go to the DA, said I would go in real life on her when literally playing recordings of her own.
And the next thing I wrote was Julie, or sorry, I don't know, but this is, I guess, is the one that really, really bothers her. I don't know, but I don't think it's some big conspiracy. That's all. That's all. Because she's you know, so many people on here, you say something and they automatically think there's some motive or sinister something behind it. And she's like, well, what about, why is this person, this, whoever Ragstop is, I don't even know who the hell Ragstop is, never heard of them, don't know who they are, don't even know if they're real, is speaking with someone on Twitter or whatever and saying that she could be, Julie talks about it here, how it might be messing up Sebastian's case or whatever. And it's just nonsense. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Boys on Barbecue Lady show talking about she's gonna make sure they never talk to Seth and Tony again, and she's gonna go to that first vigil where Bullhorn Betty was arrested, and there is no video of Sebastian after midnight. Why would Michelle Lee, who's friends with Tony, be in touch with a woman like that? Justin, I don't know, but I don't think it's some big conspiracy. Do you trust Detective Carter? And if so, why do you think dozens of people, dozens, Justin, and I will be gathering more, have never, ever, ever received phone call returns, email replies, even just to say received? Dozens of people, not 2, not 12, not 24, more than that.
Because they don't have to. I mean, they just don't have to. They only contact you if they need more information or they have some sort of question about it, or if it's pertinent to the investigation. Just because I might think it's pertinent, Julie or anyone else, they know where this is going. It does feel entitled, Kelsey. It does feel entitled a bit, if you ask me. So I don't know what she wants. What's that, Josh?
Oh, well, I was just gonna say, I feel like I have some part in this, a little bit of blame for this sort of escalating. Certainly really wasn't my intention. I was just kind of curious about what was going on, and
no, Josh. If it wasn't you, she would have. She's jumping up on all kinds of.
Well, I saw a little bit of what happened this morning, and the conversation that I had with her was polite on both sides, and it was respectful for the most part. She can be very difficult to communicate with sometimes when she gets going, and I understood that. I also understood that she receives an awful lot of negativity from people, whether it's deserved or not. I'm not talking about that. However, I felt I feel like that she's been digging herself a hole. And when I was going to talk about what was going on, and I was just going to review what she was talking about, I got an email from her, and then in the chat several times asked if she could call in. I had no intention of talking to her.
Mhm.
Prepared to talk to her. I didn't know that much about her. As far as the conversation going, it was fine. Then it was picked up on by people that, are content vultures, because that's
Yeah.
what they do, because they have nothing else. And they work off everything that we do.
Mhm.
And so I was like, okay, well, fine. There was really nothing to that conversation that her and I had. It was nothing. There was nothing bad. There was nothing exciting. It was just a conversation that two people had that was respectful. And at the end, we just pretty much just,
Agreed to disagree and move on.
we didn't agree.
Right.
And that was it. But I do feel like I sort of contributed.
I don't think I really don't.
Well,
see it.
I look, I kind of did, and it was kind of a dead on arrival. This whole thing, honestly, like, nobody was really picking up on it, and then our favorite or mine or whatever picks up and turns it into just something that it wasn't, and now.
Well, but I don't, I mean, they're always going to do stuff like that. That never changes. But, I'm just really here to address, really, just to make it clear to Julie and the subscribers. And this is exactly what, and Cognizant, thank you so much. This is exactly what I'm trying to say. No matter our thoughts and opinions on anything or anyone involved in this case, Sebastian is not our child. Sebastian is Seth's child, and we can only be supportive. She's royally overstepped her bounds. That's what I'm saying. She says she supports Seth and all of that in Kumbaya. That's fine. But he is saying law enforcement is doing everything they can. I trust them. I support them, and this is not what she's. Are you supporting Seth if that's the case? If you're not, respecting his wishes, because even SF is saying that law enforcement isn't corrupt. It's not helping the case.
Well, I mentioned that to her. I said that I think that you're doing the case a disservice by telling people that
it really hurts.
There's corruption, and when I asked her about, I said, do you have proof? And she said, well, I have all kinds of proof. I never saw that proof. I never heard the proof. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. Maybe what she thinks she has is proof. First and foremost, when there's this many agencies involved, it's going to be pretty hard to be to run a corrupt.
Right.
I mean, the FBI has been digging around there. TBI,
Secret Service.
I mean, it's just so. I understand, like, everybody talks like when a case isn't getting solved, corruption, and it's just not the angle unless you have clear and cut proof, not just a feeling. It's hard to go that route, and but people do it. I mean, I've seen it in almost every single case that's ever been debated in the public.
I just think I just think that's where you see a lot of YouTubers or social media in general, influencer go in true crime if they're frustrated and they're not feeling like they're getting the answers as quickly as they want. It's automatically, oh, there's corruption.
Right.
And
standard.
no, it's a cheap thing to say, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think that she's frustrated, and I think that she's upset that she's not getting either the recognition. Like, law enforcement doesn't care about us. They don't. I mean, they have no obligation to us. And once you understand that they have no obligation to even follow up on leads, now that's on them, right? That's their job. If they don't follow up on it and they drop a lead that could be vital to the case, I mean, that's a terrible thing. But there's no proof of that, I mean, and we don't know what they have, and frankly, they're not obligated to keep us in the loop at all. And so I think once you realize that, then
Well,
basically,
just in our end, but that's the thing. That is her opinion, but she's also saying she has proof that they're corrupt. So that's not really an opinion after that, is it? That's just my question. I mean, that's a question. You know what I mean?
Did you hear my phone ringing?
I did. I think it was your phone. You know, and I'm just asking that.
Right. Well, the proof part is, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that she does have proof. I think that her proof and actual proof are different.
Right. I mean, it's you don't have any of it doesn't matter if it's KK, Edgar, Seth,
Give me a
none of them are saying that, you know, the parents are corrupt. Or not the parents, the police are corrupt. Sorry, hold on, Tony, my mouse is. There we go, Tony, you're on. Hello.
Hey, how you guys doing? How you doing, Josh?
I think he's taking a call, maybe.
Okay, how you doing, Justin?
I'm good, hanging in, holding on.
Can you make that music quit playing by chance?
Yeah. Hold on. There you go.
That's much better. So I appreciate you having me on for a few minutes here.
Sure.
I guess we're at a point in your show. I'm sorry, I've been tied up where I can address some of this this Julie stuff. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first off,
She's welcome to come up. She's welcome. Julie's welcome to come up. All she has to do is text me or write it in chat.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have no issue at all with her being up here. So first off, Seth and I don't know Julie at all. Neither one of us have ever spoken with her. We have never reached out to her, nor have we been asked to reach out to her. I honestly don't know what the lady's upset about. Um, I know she supported Seth for quite some time, and really think that she supported me as well. I'm not sure what changed with that. My understanding is that she was upset over trying to reach out to me and me not getting back with her, which again, I have never had anyone reach out to me
Thank you,
and
Samantha.
and say, hey, this is Julie's phone number. She'd like you to call her. As you well know, I'm open to have a conversation with anybody as long as it's respectful, even if we don't see eye to eye. And I think you of all people can attest to that.
Of course, yes, and I knew that for sure.
So there's that. The the Tony Fire, which I keep getting messages that I allegedly was somebody named Tony Fire and was in Josh's live the other night bullying this woman. I have one YouTube username, and this is it. It's been this, as you know, from day one. I don't have the time, nor
You
do
don't
I
have the
care.
time, Tony. You're always literally traveling.
Yeah,
Literally.
I mean, I don't. I think I've got 10 followers or something like that, and I don't have the time, the energy, or the desire to create another YouTube username. So, you know, the problem with this lady, and again, I don't know her, and I'm not speaking, you know, negatively about her, but there's just a lot of things she's saying that just aren't true. You know, the Tony Fire username obviously is not true. I summoned all you guys to go attack her is clearly not true. And two of my closest content creator friends are on the screen with me right now. And have I ever asked you to go fight a fight for me ever?
Not a second. And if you did, I would literally look at you and tell you to probably scratch something because you wouldn't say that.
No, I wouldn't. And
You don't need that. It solves nothing. It solves
yeah,
nothing.
and going back to Friday when this all started, I don't. Again, I didn't even know what was going on with this lady. My phone was blowing up. You reached out to me. 4 or 5 other content creators reached out to me. I was out of town trying to spend time with our daughter on her, birthday weekend, so to speak. And my phone's blowing up, and and I even told you that I was busy and I didn't have time to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know.
Did.
So as far as me knowing what was going on, that's not accurate. As far as me caring enough to have somebody go attack this lady, I mean, it's not my style. First off, second off, if I had an issue with her, I would have talked to her directly, or would have asked someone to have her reach out to me. But next thing I know, the lady's on on a live crucifying me. And still to this day, I don't know what I've done to the lady. Never had a conversation with her.
Right.
And then regarding, we have people that we are grateful for that they support Seth, and we have people that we actually work with. And if somebody actually supports Seth and his whole team and is in contact with what is important to Seth and his team, those are generally the people that Seth and I will work with. And
Well,
you know,
Tony, I didn't, I didn't like you when I first started, right? Remember
right?
that? I didn't like you, but I still supported Seth, right?
That's
And I
right.
didn't, and you were fine. You were absolutely, so I don't
Tony,
know.
I didn't get my packet this week. Can you re-email that to me?
I'll
Yeah,
send it. Hold on one second. I'll
I
forward that
hadn't
to you
made it.
right
I
now.
hadn't made it down to that baloney yet, but I was working my way
Okay.
there.
Oh, I was just wanting to know if I could get my extra packet.
Yeah. I mean, so let me go over 3 things. First off, I don't know what these packets are. You guys are 2 of my closest content friend creators.
Stupid shit that
I don't know that I don't know that you guys have ever got anything from us, email, anything like that, let alone a packet. Some of these things these people concoct in their mind just blows me away. I mean, I had clips of these people talking about these packets sent to me while I was fishing today. And I mean, I can't make this up. I mean, I don't have a clue I don't know if this has to do with Smiley showing notes on a live. I don't know where it even came from.
well, that's what supposedly Smiley showed when Smiley takes notes every live that she does because she forgets things, right? Like a lot of us do. And so she goes down and she supposedly showed her there were talking points that she wanted to say, and that's the packet. That's the whole story.
Yeah, so
Dumb people.
there's been no packets. I mean, and again, if people don't like me or they don't like Josh or they don't like you, Justin, I mean, there's probably more people don't like Josh and I than there is you. But
Well, I don't.
but the truth is, if they don't like you, they don't trust you, they don't believe you, and so
Well,
um,
this is my thing. I never like when I have to do these on the very rare occasions, I don't do these things for them because these people that like they're not even open to reality, honestly, truth,
well, and I got to tell you, I got involved early on. The
Thank you, Raymond.
first couple months, I would address some of the people that irritated me, and
Yes, Jen.
it was not productive. I addressed some TikTokers, I addressed some YouTubers, and at the end of the day, it wasn't productive for Seth at all. It really wasn't productive for me. And for the last 8 to 10 months, if I don't like a content creator, I don't watch their channel. I don't address them. I don't talk to them. I don't talk about them. It kind of comes back to it really doesn't help bring Sebastian home, and it's not
Right.
what Seth wants. And Seth is, I think you guys can both attest. The only thing I've ever asked the creators that we work with, as far as asking them what to do or what not to do on their show, it's just been one thing, Justin. And what is
Right.
that?
Thank you, Brett. Keep it about Sebastian.
I say every week, I don't want to see drama.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
And that's it. I don't say this is what you can talk about. This is what we'd like you to talk about. This is a narrative I'd like you to push. You've even reached out to me a couple of times, Justin, and said, "Hey, what would you guys
Was
like
there
me to
something
talk
that you
about?"
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yes, that I
and
have. Sure.
every time I've said I don't really have
You've never
anything.
given me an answer. I'm
Yeah.
like,
So, but anyway, so there's been no packets. Before
no,
I go to
Joe.
the other two things, I want to say that I don't know how this all even got started. I know that this list thing, and I know that Michelle and Julie got into it. I think that what people need to understand is Michelle was trying to tell her that we don't like people going real life on people. And that's what she was trying to do. And she was trying to address something that had been addressed 6 or 7, 8 months ago. And Michelle was trying to politely tell her that this is something that has already been addressed. You don't need to tie up Sumner County's resources and go down this road again.
Right.
And she looked at it as Michelle was defending this person.
Right. Like
And her-
she was, oh, well, why don't you want me to go to this?
yeah, like
And
there
that's
was
what it
some
becomes.
conspiracy or something like that.
Yes.
When I tell you that problem was addressed, it was addressed very aggressively. And we don't want people calling the DA. We don't want people calling Sumner County about a potential leak in their department that was addressed 7, 8 months ago, because we've only got one detective whose primary responsibility is Sebastian. And we don't want him clogged up with phone calls about things that have already been handled.
Exactly.
So that's what Michelle was trying to do. And then of course, Bliss Blessings got involved in this. And I can tell you right now that, and I understand why you went in Julie's
That's the
live
reason
to
that's why I went in.
yeah, I understand why you went in to defend her, because quite frankly, if anybody questions Bliss Blessings' integrity, they're you need to look at them funny, because they don't know her at all.
Hmm.
She is probably one of the kindest, highest integrity people I've ever dealt with in my life.
Exactly. And that's why I went in because I don't usually just step in and say something in someone's, but she, Bliss was just in there and she's just like, respectfully, Julie, I'm not going to do this. And Julie asked her a question. She's like, well, something about a rag doll or rag something.
Yeah, that
And
was that
Bliss
was
said,
the
I don't know anything about that. And she just left. And Julie just completely unmodded her and blocked her.
well, that was the username of the lady that was on TikTok that had the boyfriend inside of Sumner County. And again, it was something that didn't need to be talked about. It had already been handled. And this creator list
Well, I
thing,
didn't know anything about that though. I was, I'm not from TikTok or anything. So
right? And this creator list thing, Michelle put a list together on Facebook on our group.
mhm,
Um, the girls that mod that don't check with me before they do things. They don't have to. They don't check with me before they make posts.
sure.
We had people posting things in that group from creators that did not support Seth. So Michelle put together a list of creators that we support. And that's all it was. I was not involved in creating the list. I didn't know about it till a couple days after it had come out, and people were, all up in arms about it. And so, this quote unquote list is not a list that Seth and I created. I mean, if I were to go back and look at the list, I would say that I would agree with the people that were on the list, but I can't tell you because I don't remember seeing the list. So, and I can guarantee you there was a lot more than 4 or 5 people on there. I think
Well,
there's 12 or 13.
I guess it was just a list that where like Seth and supports. Is that what the list is? I mean,
It was basically a list of creators that our team supports that we will allow posting of their videos in that group. I think that was the context.
gotcha.
So, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, there's it's like we talked about today. If you live in a small town like I do, you've got you probably support all your local restaurants in town, but you've got 5 to 7 that you eat at on a regular basis. Well, those would be
Right.
the ones that you quote unquote work with, right?
Sure.
So when you're going through a situation like this and you find creators that support not only Seth, but his whole team, those are generally people that you're going to agree to work with. I don't really think that that is that abnormal in business. So
Absolutely.
I'm not sure what is off about that. I mean, would we want to work with people that didn't support Seth and his team? Now, if somebody supported Seth and not the rest of us, we'd still be grateful. We'd be grateful that they supported Seth. But our team isn't going to work with them if they're not supporting our team.
Right.
And I wouldn't expect anybody else to do that.
Sure.
So as far as this claim that she was asked to take this petition down, again,
Yes, please talk about it.
I've never spoken to her. We had a common creator friend that reached out to me and told me that, hey, I know you guys are now having really good communication with law enforcement. Julie has got this petition up to, something against them to get them off the case or whatever. And she said, she kind of gave me the lowdown on what the petition said. And she said Sebastian's name was in it. And she asked me if I would like her to talk to Julie. And I said, well, at very least, I would like her to take Sebastian's name off of it. And I would encourage her that if she supports Seth to take the petition down because it's not helping Seth. And that's it. There was no, if she doesn't do it, I'm going to be angry. Because
But
quite
but
frankly,
explain why you asked that, Tony. Be-
well, if people support Seth, then they're going to support his decision to support law enforcement.
right.
And if you don't support that, then you're not truly supporting Seth. Because if you're out here and you're connected to supporting or working with us and you're bashing law enforcement, you run the risk of cutting off his communication with them.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
so, and that
That's the
should have
most
been
important
common
thing.
sense.
That's the most important thing.
That's right. That's right. And so, we just simply asked our mutual connection that was communicating through the two of us if if she could at least take his name off of it, and that if she really supported Seth, it's not helping having this petition up. Well, she chose not to take the petition down, which was fine. We didn't get mad. I
Right.
mean, Seth and I don't have anything to do with this lady, so we don't go watch her show or anything like
Right.
that on a regular basis. Um, we didn't get mad at her. We didn't retaliate. I mean, this was months ago. And actually, in the last, I'm going to say about 6 weeks ago, I saw that She was doing a live. I listened in a little bit. There was nobody else live. I was working, just kind of listening. And I thought that she was doing a pretty good job. And I went in like I do with a lot of creators just to say, hey, we appreciate you. You're doing a good job. But when I went in to comment, my comment wasn't visible. I don't know if I was blocked or my comments were hidden or whatever. So then, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, I went in. I went in a total of 4 or 5 times up till about 2 weeks ago to say hey and tell her she was doing a good job. And every time my comment was invisible. So if we'd have wanted to support her, we couldn't have done it because again, I was blocked.
Right.
And I'd never commented in any of her lives to be blocked. I hadn't gone in and said anything. I hadn't, my first time commenting, I couldn't comment.
Right.
So, and I
Well,
think
yeah.
that's about it, buddy. I don't know what else there is to clear up. I mean, again, I don't want to be up here on a Sunday night dealing with this baloney, but
Yeah, me either.
You're watching basketball, aren't you?
no, man, I'm watching. What were we watching?
I don't remember what it's called.
I'm watching some movie about some guy that was taking his daughter to a concert, and it turned out it was a setup to catch a serial killer or something.
That sounds interesting, actually.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I don't know. It's a Netflix movie.
Hey, was I on the list, by the way? I never saw or heard of the list.
I didn't either. I didn't even
on
know
the
about the list.
Sweetheart, you've always been on the list. No, and I'll tell you this. Oh, it's called Trap, Josh.
Trap. Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, the funny thing is that we've had kind of an MO with the creators since a year ago. And that MO is when I came in, Seth had some people he liked. I had some people I liked from the other case I worked. We kind of meshed those together. We sat together and watched the creators, and some that he liked, we ruled out. Some that I liked, we ruled out. But as Justin, as you and I were talking about the other day, there's only really been 2 creators that for a year supported Seth and I both. And that was Josh and Betty. And that was it.
That's it. Yeah.
And so we worked with people. We proved ourselves, our team. We let the creators prove themselves before we decided that we wanted to work with them. I reached out to some of the ones that I thought, we'd like to try to talk to see, what they were so bent out of shape about. And I mean, we tried to work with darn near everybody. But, even you and Brittany and Mr. and Mrs. E will tell you they were skeptical at the beginning when I came in. But the difference is that none of you guys were going on there and doing what Julie did, which was attacking me. And again, it's not about me, but she was attacking me over things that I didn't even do.
Yeah, I didn't know. What the hell is?
And there's this thing called being an adult where if you don't like somebody, you just don't go around them. You don't have to talk about them. I'm not going to sit up here to say anything bad about her.
Yeah, I rarely listen to anybody that I don't like or go around them.
Yeah, I mean, in the world we live in, the real world off the platform, that's kind of what we teach our kids to do. If you don't like somebody, you don't need to talk about them. You don't need to let them control your happiness. Just stay away from them.
Robin, nobody turned on anybody. So let's get that straight.
But I would say now we've got about 8 to 10 creators that we work with, and we've got about 15 to 20 that we support. And the number of people we work with grows by the month, and the number of people that we support grows by the month. And, we shouldn't have to explain to anybody why we work with people or why we support them. That's kind of Seth's decision. But in any situation like this, you're going to find people you can network with that make your life easy when you're going through the worst time in your life.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of it is just turned into, like, entertainment for a lot of people,
Well,
and
it's
Right.
that's
bounces
it.
around,
There's nothing about Sebastian. It's about, everything except Sebastian.
Right. Right. And I mean, I feel the need to address things from time to time just for the people that support us to know, what the truth is that don't already know. But if it were up to Seth, we wouldn't address anything ever. And I mean ever.
That's generally how I am.
Oh, I
Generally.
mean, I know that for a fact too. Yeah, absolutely. He wants no part of it.
Yeah. And it's because when you put weight in missing your child versus somebody saying something bad about you on YouTube, the weighting there is really off.
Well, there's nothing that amounts to like there's nothing worse that really could happen to Seth. He's already been through he's going through the worst thing ever, you know what I mean? So this little stuff on YouTube is, you know,
Well, the interview
nothing.
we did on the Lore Lodge, which, Aiden was somebody we supported, and then he became somebody that we worked with. Mob Crew, the same way. But when we did that long interview on the Lore Lodge, I felt it was very important to address a lot of the things that had been piling up because it was taking a lot of time having to deal with those things behind the scenes. And I know that Aiden was doing his best to put a lot of the rumors to rest. But Seth Rogers didn't want any part of addressing anything because he doesn't think that any of that stuff matters at all.
Right. Right.
I'm still glad we did it. And I think when all
Oh,
the dust
I'm
settled, he
very
was
glad you did.
glad that we did it. But it was a lot of time that was spent focused on something other than his son, and he's been very consistent about that.
And by the way, I wasn't happy about it, and I'm pretty sure I told you that. And
Mhm.
and for everybody saying that, we take orders from anybody, Tony and I have had many conversations where we did not see eye to eye about certain things, but it was never so dramatic that it was like I can't stand you or anything like that. It was just fundamentally, I just thought there were some things that didn't need to be addressed that were addressed, and some things that maybe should have been. And Tony has never told me to say anything. Seth has never told me to say anything. And even if they came to me and said, "Hey, can you do this for me?" I mean, depending on what it is, I may or may not.
But
Nobody's
you'd be doing
beholden.
it. You'd be doing it if you did it as a friend.
Of course.
You wouldn't be doing it because you were getting undue pressure.
No, of course. That's exactly right. And I've told you there are things about aspects of the case that um I won't partake in, or that I didn't personally approve of. And that was just on me, but I support Seth is a grown man, and he trusts you, and that's enough for me, because I got to know you, and even before I knew you, my whole thought process was, look, this is Seth's child. He's calling the shots on this, from his side. He's allowed to do that. So, who am I to say, I think this person's a bad person when I didn't know you. I had no preconceived notions. I had no bad feelings towards you either. But the heat was heavy.
Oh yeah.
People were telling me, I don't trust him. I don't, and I'm like, well, until he gives you, like, what is it that you don't trust? Give me an example. And there was, well, I just don't like him. Well, that's different.
That's what it generally boils down to. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
People don't like me, and I'm fine with that. Matter of fact, I kind of enjoy it.
Well, you and I had, I don't want to say some heated conversations, but we had some pretty good debates months and months ago.
Yeah.
And, we had a debate when Nick and Dog's team came in. I was standing in the Best Buy parking lot in Minot, North Dakota. I still remember that conversation. And we were 100% in disagreement on that. But in the disagreements that we've had, did you ever get off the phone and experience any kind of a blackballing from us or taken off of a list or?
No, matter of fact, it was actually it was quite the opposite. It was that I appreciate your honesty and the way that, you told me, how how you felt. And I mean, that's just, I didn't know how else to go about it. And, um, you know, I wasn't going to lie about it. I was just going to say,
Right.
yeah, I don't agree with it. And yeah, and there were times I wouldn't say they were heated, but it was definitely contentious, and
Yeah.
both of us were trying to get our points across. And but that wasn't for the air. That wasn't for YouTube. That was a private conversation, several of them actually. And
And when we hung up the phone, it was over.
it was over. That was it. That
You
was
know,
all.
and I mean, that's kind of the way the real world works, at least in my life. We have a debate, a discussion. We don't try to destroy each other. We don't get up on a platform. And I will tell you, I am just there are a lot of these people that have spoke poorly on me or my family. To this day, I've still never said anything negative about them. Never spoke about them. Never even mentioned their names. I just don't get it. But it's definitely not me. It's not my style. And I can go to bed at night knowing that I know who I am, and the people that are close to me know who I am, and I know who Seth Rogers is, and I can go to bed at night knowing that I work for a guy that's innocent, and I work for a guy that loves his son, and I work
Absolutely.
for a guy that would walk through fire to find his son.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's really enough for me.
Same. If he's happy, with what's going on and he trusts the process, then so do I. Julie,
Yeah.
again, I'm going to say you're welcome to call in. You're welcome to come up on panel. Nobody will be attack you or anything. You had a bunch of questions for Tony the other day, and you was asking why he wouldn't answer them. This is an open platform for you right now to call in, join us.
Yeah, I don't know how I can answer questions that I don't know are being asked.
Right.
I mean, we've never spoke on the phone. Nobody's ever reached out to me and said, "Hey,
Sharon.
here's Julie's phone number. She's got questions." I can guarantee you, I've had a lot of phone conversations with people I couldn't stand, and Julie was not one of those people. She was not somebody I had a dislike for. So, if I would have known that, and I've lost a lot of respect for her now, but up until 3 days ago, if somebody would have sent me a message that she wanted to have a conversation, without a doubt, I would have called her.
Mm.
Well, that's another thing too, Tony, was that I remember you, especially really early on, you were willing to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody. I mean, I'm sure that's changed now, and rightfully so. I get that, but there were. Matter of fact, I was the one that put you and Justin in touch.
That's right. Yeah.
Mhm.
I even told Justin. I said, "Look, man, he wants to talk to you. You should give it a chance." Justin did.
Yeah.
I mean, people think that everybody just falls in line, like, oh, Seth tells everybody what to do, or Tony tells everybody what to do, and nothing could be further from the truth. I mean, we all function on our own and how we feel, and we don't all agree on everything. I don't agree. Justin knows that there's a lot of things that him and I haven't agreed on over the years. I
Yep.
mean, we just haven't. And I'm just not somebody that's going to go, well, I agree with you. If I
We're
don't
not
agree with you, I'm
supposed to
going to
agree on everything.
Yeah.
That's just not the way it works.
Yeah.
Even within our own team. So we've got, everybody knows that Seth and I have Michelle and Karen. Their names are out there. I wish they weren't, but everybody knows that. And then we have another lady that people know as the pastor lady. Well, we all have separate responsibilities, and we call it our lanes. And we all stay in our lanes. I stay in my lane. The rest of them stay in their lane, and we all come together with Seth to discuss what we think is best for him. And even though it may not be in our lane, we may end up discussing as a group what we think is best over here in this other lane. And then the person in charge of that lane makes that decision. But nobody on our team, or Seth included, I mean, we're not over here bossing each other around. Seth's asking for input. I ask for input. You know, they're group decisions most of the time. There may be, you know, somebody outside that we trust that we bring in to give an opinion on something, but it's not a dictatorship. Now, Seth has all the final decisions, of course, because it's his son, but it's not, you know, the operation isn't run so that, you know, one person is beating everybody over the head. It never has been.
Well, and I don't want to pull the curtain too far back on any personal conversations that I've ever had with Seth. And anybody that's listening to me, you can take this to the bank as 100% truth. Nothing, there's no, you know, fluffing it up. Every conversation that I've ever had with Seth, at some point in the conversation, he becomes frustrated and says, I just want to find my son.
Yep.
Every single conversation.
Yep.
And it brings the conversation to a halt for a few, you know, minutes, because it's a lot.
Yes.
So if people think that he doesn't want to find his son, or that he has something to do with this, well, you know, I've talked to him at 2 a.m. It's not always a pleasant conversation.
Not at all. And Josh, you made a comment when we did that Christmas special where we had all the creators come and talk. You made the comment that, you know, that there's times that you can't tell Seth things about your kids because you feel bad.
Yeah.
Hold on just a second. Give me just a second.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tar.
That absolutely is true. But basically, my point is that, you know, anybody that wants to criticize him, they don't like him, fine. But I mean, I've heard it for myself. I mean, it's heartbreaking. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing to have to hear.
It's yeah.
But also, and Tony, I'll let Tony finish what he was saying. But, you know, at the same time, Seth asked me about my kids all the time, and he wants to know, and I just feel bad sometimes. You know, I just can't help it.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I didn't want you guys to have to hear my dogs barking.
So no problem.
But you know, to your point, Josh, you know, we literally just got our daughter a car for her 16th birthday, and you and I have had this conversation in private, and you and I have sent pictures back and forth together, and I still haven't sent those pictures to Seth because I feel too bad. I mean, my daughter's literally almost to the day 2 months younger than Sebastian. And, you know, it's rough. I mean, you want to tell him when he asks how you're doing, you know, to your point again, he asks how my family's doing, and he asks about everybody in the family. He literally pays attention to what's going on in our son's life, our daughter's life, my wife's life, our folks, our in-laws. And you don't want to not answer his question, but you also don't want to make him seem like that your life's normal when his isn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest issue was my boys growing up and you know, getting girlfriends and getting married and moving out, and that was tough. I mean, it's been tough on me,
right?
And I feel like an asshole.
Yeah. I mean, and if you're having, you know, if you've got some high school girl drama at school or something like that, you know,
it's just necklace in the grand scheme of life.
Yeah, I mean, and then you find yourself, you know, Seth has become one of my closest friends, and you've said it time and time again, Josh. It's more than just, hey, I'm a spokesperson. And I
It's
find
more like a
myself telling
brotherhood now, I think, isn't it? It's like a
it,
it's like a brotherhood.
it is, and I find myself telling him things that I tell, my lifelong friends just in general conversation. And then I have to remind myself, hey, you dummy, his child's missing. You gotta quit talking about, your life, and I catch myself wanting to retract what I said because I might have told him something about my daughter at school or whatever. And I start to feel like it was really insensitive.
Yeah, but and the thing is though, he actually was talking to me about, my kids moving out and stuff. And I was sitting there and he's telling me like, look, that's the way that, life goes. And I'm just sitting there going, golly, like, I feel like I feel dumb, you know?
And when I tell you that Seth is just as loyal to the people he cares about as we all are to him, you cannot believe how loyal of a friend he is. Forget the
Hold
father
on,
of
guys.
Sebastian.
Guys, 1 second. Mods, chill out in the chat. Chill out in the chat. Don't be blocking anybody. Don't be timing anybody out unless they are absolute douchebags.
Unless they call Tony
That's-
bald.
I mean, it's got to be pretty bad here. We don't
sweetheart.
block a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, if they say that Josh's head's fat, then block them.
Block them right away. That's instant block. That's a permanent ban, actually.
But what I was saying is he is a very, very loyal, not only a father, but a friend. And we had a situation once when he was visiting us where my daughter's boyfriend, this and that, just he didn't like the way we were saying that she was being treated or whatever. And it was just, in conversation, and the guy comes in and Seth won't even shake his hand.
Mm,
And we'd already mended fences, right? Like it was over.
right.
Some scraps in his scrapbook.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just, like I said, there's a side of Seth that a lot of people don't get to see or know. And, yes, he's a loving father. Yes, he's determined, but, on the friend side, he's just an incredible human. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't ever get close enough because of his trust issues to ever get to see that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, it's well, people kind of stalk your life, and it's not especially when your child's missing. It's bad enough when somebody does that just because they're a jerk, they mess with you and, say things about you that aren't true or misconstrued or whatever, drive by your home or whatever it is. But then to put on top of that, the mounting pressure of your child being missing for over a year.
right.
With, with still very little answers, so anyway.
Justin, do you or Josh, or does your audience have any other questions of me before I bounce off and let you two experts handle this?
I think. Do you have any questions, Josh?
No, I'm good.
Anything from the audience?
Yeah, like I said, I'm asked Julie to come up if she's welcome
I
to.
think Julie's big question has been though how she ended up as an exhibit.
Well, I don't know, Josh. How'd she end up as an exhibit? I know about as much about that as you do.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. So
yeah, so I think the professional thing to do there is reached out to Lesniak's office. And if her name is mentioned in there, if she's assuming that something is about her, then I wouldn't do that. But if her name or her children's names or anything like that are mentioned, to where she can drill down on the fact that, yes, this is me they're talking about, then I think I would reach out to Lesniak's office and say, hey, this is who I am. Is this am I who you're referencing? I don't want to be
Right.
involved. And I think Joe's polite, professional, and friendly enough that he would say, well, yes, it is. And we'll take you out.
There you go. See, there's your
And
answer.
it's not worth getting on a platform and throwing a fit about it. It's one phone call and a 30-second conversation.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
The main thing is that, you know, Seth's relationship with law enforcement is paramount.
It is the
And
most important thing next to finding his son right now.
yes. Yes.
Um,
And you know, it just
if law enforcement told me we will never communicate with Seth again as long as you're involved, I would bow out.
Mhm.
And I would tell Seth that I'm a friend to you, but I cannot help you with this situation. You need to focus on that relationship with them and that communication. And I would be nothing other than a friend, and you would never see or hear from me again. It's that important.
Yeah.
So it sounds like Hong took her off, or they're taking her off. So that problem's done. It's over. We don't have to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, and how easy would that have been to just
It'd
have
be
a conversation?
very easy.
I mean, a lot of these things that happen in these YouTube streets, it just blows me away that what it has to come to before two people can have a conversation.
Yeah. They deal with it like they just go live, and when it's really the lack of communication. You're right. Yep.
So, and unfortunately, the communication does not get the attention. It doesn't get the clicks, the views, any of that. It
That's
just
true.
makes the problem go away.
Yep.
So appreciate you guys. I'm going to bounce off, let you
Good
two
night.
experts handle this.
Yeah. Two
Pre-
experts.
Appreciate you guys. See you,
Thank
brothers.
you,
All right.
Tony.
All right,
Take care,
bye-bye.
man.
Bye.
All right. Well, solved. Done. There it is.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so, because you know,
Well,
I don't
I'm done
normally
with it, so
I don't normally come back and speak about. I rarely even speak about anything, you know, related to this. But I came back.
yeah, man. Hey, look, YouTube, social media, but YouTube specifically has this enormous learning curve. I was thinking about this the other day, and
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've stepped in cow patties left and right, you know,
Every creator has. Every
and
single creator has.
yeah.
I don't care where, what genre, what side you're on, everyone has. We just choose to not look at our own.
Well, that's
Most of us,
why I
anyway.
felt like, you know, she needed some not that you didn't. I mean, I truly don't think that you had been rude to her. I'm just saying that,
No, that's why I wanted to bring up my stuff here and show people, because
yeah, when
it,
I talked to her, I just thought maybe that um she sometimes people want to be heard while not defending themselves, because when you're trying to be heard and defend yourself, it comes off in a much different way. The conversation that was had today with Julie was a lot different than the conversation that I had with her. And you know, they'll say, well, that's how a adult. I didn't hear much adult conversation. I heard, you know, towards the end, you know, you're a crazy bee and you're this and you're, you know, effing weird and, you know, that kind of stuff.
yeah, I've never said
And I
anything
didn't
like
hear
that.
her. I didn't hear Julie say any of that to anybody. She didn't to me, but I wouldn't say it to her. And so it
Right.
was a vastly different conversation. And so anyway, I mean,
I actually think Julie can be extremely funny. I mean, that day she said "F 'em and feed 'em beans," I lost my mind. When she was doing that rap thing, I lost my mind. I thought that was the funniest thing ever.
yeah, look, I didn't. I thought the conversation that her and I had was fine. I mean, when she, you know, when she wants to get her point across, and you talk, she will get a little louder and keep going. You know, and you have to. That's just how I mean, I think she definitely wants to be heard, and that's fine. I mean, I get it, but there was nothing disrespectful, you know. And there are people in this chat that like her, and there are people in this chat that don't like her. There are people in this chat that like me and don't like me. It's just
Well,
the way. It's just the
that's
way of the
just
road,
that's
Bubs.
just part of it. That's
It's the
just
way of
part
the
of
road.
it. That's just what you all of us. I don't again, I don't know. It doesn't matter where you are, who, in the Sebastian Rogers community or out of the community. That's just part of the social media thing.
For sure, no question, no question. And but you know, it was look, my chat was there was a lot of people that showed up that aren't normally in my chat, you know, when I was talking with her. And honestly, like it was like I like doing the after darks because they're pretty low key,
Low
and
key, yeah.
it wasn't low key. And it was like
No, I mean, I was in the chat and I was typing 90 miles an hour.
everybody was, and I could not pay attention to it because I was trying to have a conversation with her, and I know there were some people that were like, "Get her out of here," and there were some people like, "Be nice," and I was basically all I ever ask is just let me do it. Like, let me do, I can handle it. That conversation was about as mild as if you've ever talked to Don Wells, who's cranked up on liquor and God knows what else,
Yeah.
threatening to kill you. I mean, you've never had a good conversation with some like a intense conversation. That was nothing. It was a nothing conversation, meaning that there was nothing bad. There was nothing contentious. It was fine. Not a big
Mhm.
deal.
She, at the very end of the conversation, I said, I got to get out of here. I'm getting stupid because I said something. I was like, I said some sort of joke. I believe it wasn't even related to, I don't think, don't hold me to it, was related to even Julie. But I said, I got to get out of here. I'm getting stupid because it was like 5:30 in the morning, my time. And she read into that wrong. And she's like, oh, well, Justin's saying he's got to get out of here because uh he's getting stupid but listening to me. And I'm like, she just reads too much into things.
I understand.
It's nothing like that.
Yeah, look, like I said, there's a lot of evil people on YouTube. I didn't find her evil. I didn't find her mean spirited.
I
Um,
No, I don't either.
that's what
That's
I'm.
the thing.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
really don't.
I don't find her evil or mean spirited. I find her uh passionate. I find her emotional. Um and but I think she's just making uh things more difficult, as far as uh
A
saying
lot
that
of
there's
that's
these
the learning
corruptions
curve.
and stuff, and that's all I was just trying to say. I mean, she's
For all
like,
people. Yeah.
why can't I go do this? I said, well, it's a free country, honey. You can, do what you want. But I'm just telling you my opinion on it. It's
And by the way, raising children, the way that she is not an easy thing either. So
absolutely.
I'm sure she deals with a lot of stuff every single
Yes,
day. And
absolutely. And I listen, I admire her being an advocate, writing a book and all of that. There was no, I think she was kind of passionate in the moment, while she was, speaking, and I was, I guess, replying, and she told me to stay there and answer the questions. And
yeah, I mean, like I said, I from what I had seen about her, like clip channels go crazy and people review everybody, and they're very disrespectful the way that they review people. I don't know how old Julie is, but if my grandmother would catch me doing that, she probably whooped my ass with a big ass ruler. And
right.
even at this age, she would probably have a go at me. I mean, I just could not understand that even if you don't like her, she's owed the respect
Hey,
of
Jules.
a person that is my elder. And I don't have that in me. So
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I mean, I think, yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, Witchy. I do. I think no, that's what I'm saying. So I agree, Sweet Sativa. I believe she means well, especially, what she thinks that there's this, um, something's going on, that, I don't really know all of it I don't understand a lot of it, but, I'm just trying to tell her, it's really not that. It just gives them more to work, that they have to,
Yeah,
go
well,
into.
like she said too, she's been on YouTube for 3 months, and
Yeah. I mean, TikTok is it's a different beast, I guess, of its own, I mean, I'm sure that there's similar things, but it's not YouTube, right? So,
look, man, you've been ganged up on, I've been ganged up on, I felt attacked, you felt attacked.
of course.
That's what she's going through. That's what it is. I mean, that's what it is. She'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And I just think that I think that she's just owed some grace, and
Mhm.
that's all. That's all. That's how I feel. That's it. And people trying to get her like, you got to see it this way. She doesn't have to see it anyway. She can see it however she wants. That's not the point. The point is, do we all understand each other? Do we all have some sort of mutual respect for each other? And if we can't, then we don't communicate. That's it. That's all. If it doesn't
Yeah,
get fixed,
I
we don't
generally don't,
we leave it alone.
speak about or, even remotely care what, you know, people that I don't really,
Yeah.
watch or deal with on here.
Yeah, and for people to go on calling people, "Oh, this person's crazy, they need medicine," and you know what? I mean, miss me with all your bullshit. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Like, the people that are saying that are the ones that really need to be
Yeah,
medicated.
I mean, if someone who sits there and,
They do it all the time. It's
it's
weird.
ridiculous.
Bunch of weird people.
I thought we were.
And that's why I don't communicate with those people, because there's nothing that I can there's no give and take, in those conversations. There's nothing to
No, it's
benefit.
it's not a two-way
No,
conversation.
and it turns into content. Like, if I
It
was to reach out
yeah.
to somebody, privately and say, "Hey, we could have a conversation," that conversation will end up on YouTube. It's happened to me before. I know how these people work. So,
Yep. It's
well,
just,
thank
what
you.
to get the biggest rise out of people is
Yeah.
saying that
No, she didn't
Tony
attack me.
Tony M is a puppet master. I
Who said?
Jules, on everything. Today was the first time I had watched her in months. Honestly, months. Uh, and I don't know. When um, Julie said something to the effect of, Justin's asked me for a phone number. I asked him for a phone number. You know whose phone number I asked for? It was ironically, Miss, I'm trying to find her again, Miss Allegedly Innocent. That's who I was asking for her number because I was trying to contact her for about something. And then one time Julie asked me for one of our mods that we shared's phone number that she knew I talked to. And that's it. Oh, who's Justin trying to
I got a
who's
little bit of that, dude. They were
oh,
they were
sorry,
digging, man. They were digging with a
crap.
shovel, and
Who's Justin trying to get in touch with?
I can't believe that he asked for somebody's
Oh
address.
my god.
He asked for somebody's address. Now he asked for the email address. Oh, he asked for somebody's email address. Rrr. That's what that's how it
It
sounded.
was literally yours.
It was
It
mine.
was literally yours because I
You were
think one
asking
of
for my email address?
no, it was Ju allegedly innocent in here, Jules, and I love her, and uh,
Well, you better
I
stop asking for email addresses,
I know,
you slimy
damn,
little
how dare me?
monkey having boy.
I know, God,
Dude,
it's
it's hilarious, dude. It's like, God, what a Sunday for you, huh?
yeah,
What did he do? He asked for
he
an address. Knows an
he's
email
going behind people's
worst.
backs and asking for their phone numbers. I said, "Well, do you have Julie's?" Not Julie. I asked Julie. I said, "Do you have allegedly innocent's email address or phone number because I can't find it?" And there it was. That's it. She was and even Julie, she's like, yeah, he was just asking me for it's nothing.
Meek,
So
you're gonna have to ask Smiley
Mink
that
coat,
question.
why actually it should be right here. That's not what Smiley said from what I understand. Uh Smiley asked for to come up or
I know, but
something.
why do people ask like other people? Like Smiley has a show,
Yeah,
right?
that too.
She could go ask. She could go ask.
Smiley's in here probably right now, so
Why do we have to speak for Smiley? I like Smiley. I'm just saying, like those are questions that you ask somebody else.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you'll have to.
I get tired of speaking for other people.
Yeah.
I mean, you can if you want. I'm just saying, like that's a
No, I mean, why does this have? Well, I'm not in someone's mind. I didn't even know Smiley was in there, to be honest with you, because I was literally leaving the church, had my headphones in, and I was listening, and that's when I left the building, and that's when I started typing and all that, and then I hear, Justin, bring your Pearl girls in, and all that, and I was like, I was kind of confused by it, and then uh, Smiley said she had later had asked for a link or something like that. So I don't know. If Smiley's in here, she can answer it if she wants to. If she doesn't, she doesn't.
either. All right. Well, I'm gonna skedaddle.
All right.
I did.
Daddle.
Talk to you later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
All right. Bye.
So there's that. Julie, I am absolutely fine with not ever mentioning this again. And hopefully you'll do the same. You're welcome to still come up here. You're welcome to still call in. It's I don't know, Smiley's stuff may be here where she said something, but it wasn't. I don't think it was ass kicking. I think it was something like, why am I a mod or something like that, and the fuck or something like that. I don't know. I didn't see her, but and so I don't even know if it'll show up if she's blocked either. No. Oh, wait, was that it? Let me just check here real quick. Hold on. Is Smiley here? Smiley's a good soul as well. Oh, yeah, Smiley's a good soul. She absolutely is. Smiley has a big heart. She gets a little heated sometimes, but most people do on here. Hey, I just text her what? Can you see if I'm blocked? I don't know if you can see me in chat. Kathleen. Did anyone block a Kathleen in here? Oh, if you're not... Justin Smiley said it on her live about being a mod. Did you see the head of the FBI met the TBI? It's on TBI's Facebook page. Was that related to Sebastian, or is that just in general? The head of the FBI met with the... Okay, let's go to the TBI. Well, okay, here we go. We'll go back to that in a second. Well, it may be because it's on like a long... now accepting applicants. So anybody wants to work for the TBI, you can apply in general, but I would imagine there were conversations, probably. Okay. They just tweeted 16 minutes ago. Where does it say this? Connecting with information. At the request of the 16th Judicial District Attorney General Jennings Jones, TBI Special Agent, continue to investigate the circumstances of an officer involved pew-pewing on Sunday afternoon in Murfreesboro, Alabama man indicted and charged in 2002 case. Where does it say that, girl mom? Hey, Smiley. Someone asked a minute ago, what? Can I, Mr. and Mrs. E? Oh, it's on their Facebook page. Okay. What you said in the chat the other day. We'll go to the TBI here. Here we go. I said, I don't think it's related to, it wasn't tell someone you were going to, what you said in Julie's chat. Okay, we were honored today to host a special visit at our Nashville headquarters from the FBI Director Kash Patel. Oh. Senior Bill Haggerty and Senator Marsha Blackburn in meetings with TBI staff across several divisions. The three and their staff members learned the latest on some of the state's most pressing public safety issues, including human trafficking, illicit drugs, and the influence of criminal gangs and public safety as a whole. The three also had a chance to see and try out new virtual reality technology we're using to better train law enforcement officers. Here we go. Marsha Blackburn, there's Kash Patel. Right there. That's cool. Look at there. He's like, can I take these home? Smiley is... Oh, yeah, Smiley's nice. I told them Kash was coming, Bobby says. Smiley just caught her an attention, or that's... Oh. I didn't see it. I really didn't. Maybe they'll... Right sense of soul. um, she somehow got a wrench. She told them to take a wrench because Smiley said she wanted a link because she wanted to cuss her ass. Oh, that's what it was. You know what Smiley said was she was level 10 angry. I went through 3 bags of popcorn listening to her vent. Okay. I told her she was wrong. Gotcha. There's Spirit Seeker. Hi, Sugar. Good to see you. Good to see you, my dear. There's Marsha Blackburn. That's amazing. I mean, isn't this just a glorified, what are those things you, I don't know, my kids have them. The thing they put on their head. It's like an Nintendo. God, I'm so old. Shit. I just realized that. Oculus. There we go. Oculus. Listen, we have a little emotional overdose. Yeah, VR goggles. I know, but I just became that person. I'm like, what are those things the kids put over their head? You know, those Nintendos. Oh my God. It's okay. You're absolutely right. And let me tell you something. And that is actually the strong people that you want, is the people who doesn't have to act out on every emotion they feel, the people that can have enough emotional intelligence to shut up sometimes. I love me some Beat Saber and Iron Man and stuff. Oh my God. I don't play any of that stuff, so. Anywho, those big glasses then kids were wearing. Those big glasses then kids were wearing. I don't know. It's craziness, though. Hopefully they'll find Sebastian. Help out there. He's wearing cowboy boots, Cash is. Look at there. Look at there. All right, guys. I don't really have any. I mean, I guess I can. 14 months. My email is open to anyone who wants to send me their number. You have my number, girl. What the heck did I walk into here? Picks by request. I'm behind on 2 times speed. Oh, girl. You need to come. You need to go back and play this. Cash is sexy. Ooh. You like Cash, Holly. Go ahead with your bad self. I mean, it is also. It also says collaborating on investigations. If you Google it, yes, it sure does. And I hope that. Oh, let me play this. I don't know. I don't think I want to talk about it anymore. I'm done with it. Her not knowing up is not a good look. Her not showing up is not a good look. Well, she's welcome here. You know, she's welcome to come in my chat and give her opinions. She said, you know, I don't go in your chat. I'm like, well, you're welcome. You've always welcome to come in my chat. I didn't know we had to be invited. Thank you all for the kind words. Grace wins every time. Hope everyone has a blessed evening. You are. Listen, my mods are amazing. They're amazing. And they are always, I mean, I'm sure that they get out of line sometimes. In any, we're human. Every once in a while, so do I. Everyone does. But they are the nicest people. They really are. Oh, that's sweet. So I guess he was watching. I don't see anything, but I don't really get on X. Justin, I was blocked. Send me your link. I couldn't believe it earlier. Oh my God. Let me read this. Hold on. I was actually agreeing with SF earlier. This is an apology. This is both an apology and a farewell of sorts. Earlier today, I had a lot to say about Julie Skolnick being given a 4-hour platform. I understand that some participants felt it was necessary to be cordial with her in order to gain insight into the inner workings of Tony, Seth, At Night, and others. This is exactly my issue. Why does it matter how fake organization operates when it is run by a parolee and his boyfriend, both of whom previously worked for tabloid magazines? These are some individuals who threatened witnesses in a crime against Sylvester Stallone in an attempt to profit from a perceived celebrity connection. These people fought to get Bill Cosby released from prison and proudly took pictures of him, or with him rather. To capitalize on Sebastian Rogers' case, they started a fake and unlicensed intelligence agency preying on those who believe anything they hear. How does understanding more about them help Sebastian? Why give her a platform at all? The only valid questions for her should have been about the evidence she has to support her absolute claims of unaliving, abuse, and corruption. She should have been asked why she believes she has the right to demand surveillance footage from neighbors when she has no investigative qualifications. This should have been a 5-minute interview at most. With that said, I apologize for calling out B. Tim, Cletus, and Clue directly. I do not agree with their decision to allow this interview, but it is the right to do so. But it is their right to do so. Despite this, I want to be clear that I trust Cletus and Clue completely. Okay. I do not agree with how it was handled, but they are good people. Okay. The promotion of deceitful and attention-seeking individuals like Julie Skolnick infuriates me because she, along with Bullhorn Betty, Justin, the Pearls person, Hong, Nick, and others, have ruined the value of social media in missing persons cases. Oh, thank you. You are so kind. Like you've, yeah. Actually, uh, it was actually what's her name? Clue. who was saying that drama goes everywhere he goes. Imagine that. Cool. So it goes on because I firsthand, hold on. These people are desperate for attention due to their personal failures, so they exploit missing persons to fulfill that need. What and who charges $15,000 for a missing child's case? Question. Because I see firsthand the real harm they case. Bullhorn Betty is obsessed with me because I refused to give her any interview during the Kylie Rodney case. Their beef goes back that far. I didn't know that. She initially sent me a message praising my work and asking to interview me as a smaller channel. When I declined, she completely changed her narrative, suddenly accusing the family of involvement in Kylie's death. I was with Kylie's father and grandfather when news of the discovery was leaked online. Okay. I had to hang up the phone, look at these two men in the okay. Anyway, let's get to me. In the moment I replay over and over, days later, Justin, the Pearls person, attempted to unblur an image of Kylie's deceased body underwater. You are wrong. You can't unblur something, idiot. And to see if she was nude. What kind of pervert weirdo does that? You are despicable. You really are. You're despicable. Oh my god. What a fucking moron. Okay. All right, let's get back to this. Let's see here. This is not a complete goodbye, but it is a shift on how I use social media from now on. I want only to be for major cases updates, news, case flyers, or critical information. It is disappointing that it has come to this because so many incredible people truly want to help. However, the toxicity of a small handful has made it impossible for me to justify continuing in the same way. And then he apologizes to Cletus and Buffhead, whatever her name is. I don't think I've ever called anyone a fucking moron either on here, but I just did. So, Justin, we have a new Pearl family member. My grandson decided to be born yesterday. Congratulations, Hobo. Thank you so much, my dear. Congratulations, my dear. Really do appreciate you. You gotta, that's amazing. It's insanity. These people. Lead a love you, Justin. Don't let horrible people. No, I'm done with this shit. I do this maybe once a year if you're lucky. I've did it twice in a week, but we're going back to the cases. Is what we're doing. If the shoe fits, buy it in every color. That's what I say. Feed them beans. That's right. I still think that was the one of the funniest things out there. All right, guys. Much love to everyone. Really do appreciate you. I have had such a busy day. I will be live, Lord willing, tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow evening. Yeah, girl mom. Exactly. Yeah. I think we need a chicken party. Did we get to 1,000 likes? Did we get to 1,000 likes? Kumbaya. Love you guys too. Justin, did you see the interview room? Did an episode on Emily? No, I wanna view that. Thank you. Allegedly innocent. Appreciate you, dear. Yeah, Eileen. Love you guys too. You guys are amazing. Nobody said if we got to 1,000 likes. I was waiting for that. Justin, can Seth? I don't know. I'm so tired of everyone. Honestly, I'm just so tired of hearing about the lawsuits back and forth and stuff. Like, I don't even want to hear from our side, to be honest with you. Tony said, do the damn chicken party. Don't boss me around. No, I'm not doing it now. 863. Y'all better hit the thumbs up. Y'all better hit it. Y'all better be hitting that mother chicken.
He swims like a fish.
Edgar's watching. Edgar's watching you. Edgar is watching you.
Christopher! Katie! Christopher! Katie!
What? I'm too sexy for my mullet. Too sexy for my mullet. Too sexy for mullet. Why are they looking at me?
Oh. Suck it now. Oh. Suck it now.
He likes to sookie. Sookie likes him. He likes to sookie. He'll soon be sooking with Tim.
Oh. Suck it now. Oh. Suck it now. Oh. Suck it now.
And it
To
was
Mr. Proudfoot. To Mr. Proudfoot. To Mr. Proudfoot.
I thought you would ask for remember off the top of my head. I think it's Sebastian gotten in trouble. He got caught lying.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
What did the irritated chicken say?
You rang? Why did you just say that to me? I'm a little self-conscious about my mullet. I drive a 2021, I think. You're wrong. It's 2020.
Something that I believe we're pervy to. Something that I believe we're pervy to. Something
You're pervy, all right.
I believe we're pervy to.
Snacks, because, he's 15 and snacks. Snacks, because, he's 15 and snacks.
They can shut their chicken tone, chicken bone, Google Chrome, no home flip phone, disown ice cream cone, garden gnome, student loan, full blown Indiana Jones, overgrown Flintstone, X and Y chromosome, Fred Zone, Sylvester Stallone, AutoZone, professionally
seen Silver Patron head the fuck up, okay?